and get back with everybody so that we can at least sit down and toss some ideas back and forth across the table. I'm sure everybody
Sounds good.
has an idea and an opinion.
I know with our conversation, I said, let us know when you want to trigger that meeting, we'll move.
Well, I will work diligently at it starting next week and seeing if I can get everybody, as like Mr. Womack referred to, he's herding cats. It just, it'll be a challenge, but it'll be something we can get set up. Just like I said, the flagpole is coming down next week. I got tentative plans on Halloween of doing our parking lots, making sure they're ready for asphalt, and then I think the second week in November they'll blacktop and stripe the final coats.
Sounds wonderful.
If you drive by the fire station, there's no flag, that's why. You have to find a place to plant it.
In your meeting, if you can get some people there, maybe we can't get all of them, but once we get the ball rolling, we can get input and start moving forward. You know, it's like you say, it's hard for everybody to be there, but once we establish a meeting, get who we can there, get discussion going, and then we can move another meeting, and hopefully they can adjust their schedule and be there.
Mr. Mayor, I have a sore shoulder, so I can't pat myself on the back, but I'll have everybody there.
You're a good man.
Mr. Mayor, just for the public's benefit, this meeting we're talking about is the fire barn relocation meeting. The fire barn is currently out in front of the library. It's going to need to be moved. And we've got some pretty good ideas. We've got some plans for what we could do. But we were approached by the sheriff's county about possibly doing a combined fire and sheriff's department building, which they would obviously help pay for, which I think would be awesome. So we just have a lot to discuss.
Correct. A lot of discussion to go forward. Thank you.
There's an additional donor as well.
That's something I'll hear about, I'm sure.
And there's money earmarked for the CBDT.
Yeah, the community building development team.
Donated for.
That's not a inside, that came to a public meeting and was presented.
$130,000 they had laid on the table, and that would be, you know, they, I think, are some of the people involved in this committee, so we'll definitely get input from everyone.
Okay, now two.
It's a good start.
But it's a chunk.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you. Mr. Womack's acting city clerk.
Like I said, Ms. Newland has been great for the city. She's upbeat, she's smart, she's hardworking, she's everything I'd hope she'd be. And right now, she's up in Lansing training. She did volunteer to drive back here and do this, take the minutes and all that, but poor girl deserves a small break, I guess, in the world. So we're very happy with her. And letter F, Finance Director, we'll have one on the 24th, God willing.
You're not going to believe it, so
I'm very hopeful. I've got my fingers crossed. I do believe we have a code enforcement report in the packet. We also have a building inspection report in the packet, and we've accepted the library board minutes from those dates.
Thank you. At this time, we're at council comments. Mr. Clark.
Update on the work with the Capital Campaign Committee. The greatest thing we're working on is a video that the CBDT is paying for. And we shot Saturday. We needed red shirts for two of the cast, and Rose very graciously came up to the Red Flannel store and got a couple of shirts for us. We appreciate that a lot. It was cold and windy. Marge Clark was grandma, and she is grandma. And I can't think of the gentleman's last name still. Scott? Anybody remember Scott? Well, he was the father anyway. And a young lady named Boca Ford was the daughter, about 11 years old. And we shot for 4 hours in front of the Kent Theater, in front of Perry Store almost, on the corner there actually, and then down in the general location of where we're thinking of putting the amphitheater. And then Tuesday, just 2 days ago, the shooting of the aerial shot with the drone, went up above the library and shot in the backside where they put the building. So hopefully we'll have something from the videographer next week. We, as a city, will be permitted to use that for our advertising as well. So I think that's a boon for us.
Thank you. Ms. Powell?
The Red Flannel Festival did donate those T-shirts to
Yes,
them.
they did.
And thank you, Red Flannel volunteers and board. I mean, what would we do without the hard-working workers and then just all the visitors that come in town? Such a highlight to our community and our community touchstone. And my other thing is, I'm up for election next month. I'm unopposed, but who knows what's going to happen tomorrow. And it's just been an honor to work with this board and for my city the last 2 years, and I'll be in for another 4 years, so get used to it. Thank you.
Ms. Conley?
I just would like to say thank you to the Red Flannel Festival. Thank you to Michelle, if she watches this, for getting on a plane and coming back here to help pull this off when Randy was very sick. And thank you to Randy for getting out of the hospital to come run a festival. So I'm sorry that it almost killed you. But thank you for that. It was a wonderful festival. And to everybody in this room who I know put an amazing bit of blood, sweat, and flannel into it. And for the mayor, for the incredible train that my 9-year-old thought was the most incredible thing ever, that had him bouncing out of bed to go ride in the parade. And as I went down Main Street and saw all of our community standing on the street, wearing red, cheering, it was just the most incredible thing. And I'm reminded about the phenomenal place Peterson is. And thank you for that little snapshot of a memory.
Thank you. Mr. Gross?
I guess I am also up for election come November. Not an appointment, but election, so I'm looking forward to the first election. Appreciate this couple of months to give me a preview of what's coming. I'm still going to run.
It was touch and go there.
I haven't determined in what direction yet. But, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I know there's a lot of talk about volunteers and so forth for Red Flannel Day. I've watched a lot of hours and a lot of time put in by the Sheriff's Department, the Fire Department, and other volunteer organizations that come around to provide for the Red Flannel Festival as well as the Red Flannel Festival Board. I didn't see much of it this year. Chose to take a sabbatical and then stay away from a lot of it. Spend more time watching racquet football than I did Red Flannel festivals. But I'm not going to say that that wasn't more rewarding, because it was. I enjoy the heck out of my grandsons and watching them do what they do. So yes, split your time up and be a parent, grandparent, or whatever also. There are a lot of potential things as far as growth in the community. It's up to us as a board to find the ways to find the financing to be able to provide for them to happen. We can live on wishes and dreams, but ultimately it comes down to us as a group to make sure that we have the finances to be able to cover them and make them last. So we have our challenges in front of us also. So I guess that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hopkins?
I'll piggyback on him when she's talking about challenges. Saturday we had the fundraiser for Bryson Ricker, which this family's going through quite a challenging struggle with his rare brain cancer that he's got. It's, basically causing the family $50,000 a month for medical stuff, not counting the parents being out of work while they're taking care of him and that. So y'all ain't busy on Saturday between noon and 5 at String Field. There's going to be a fundraiser with music, 5 hours with music and raffle items and barbecue. The rental company's donating barbecue and sides, and I guess Wendy's is donating chili. And so you'll be able to come have some live entertainment. Costs $10 to get in. You can do donations for the food part and all the bake sales and bake walks instead of, like the cake walks we went to the families and these kids. Some of us, some of them may be too young for that, but. But, and they, want to give kudos and thanks to all the department heads and the public safety for all that they do. And all the volunteers in the community that for contributing to our growth of our community and continuing heritage and so forth.
Thank you. Just a side note, young Rickert there, his treatment that he is seeking in down south is working. The tumors are supposedly stopped, slightly shrinking. But, yeah, it was, we had a good month. I did win first place on my yard decoration. I didn't get anything for the parade. I'd like to thank Mr. Womack for sitting here a good portion of the day, keeping City Hall open, because we did have a lot of customers. And thank you to the rest of the councilors that sat in. I did not make it this year, but thank you all. Thank you all the volunteers and all the department heads. We survived another Red Flannel Day. And like I told
Randy, it was
Randy,
touch and go.
after Saturday it don't end, because we start over. And that's the Cedar Springs. We have a lot of good things going on, and the future is bright, and there's great things on the horizon. Having said that, I adjourn. The meeting adjourned. Thank you all for coming and putting up with us.
I have some baked ravioli I can bring you. I was just scrambling to get out the door tonight.
You know,
Some more things.